Alright, now I've got this piece done, and it has 2 coats of metallic on it, metallic silver. Now let's talk about metallics versus regular paints for a minute. Metallics are basically a color with a lot of thousands and thousands of tiny pieces of tinfoil in them. Now, the problem with metallics and trying to color match with them, there's a number of problems. One of them is there are many sizes of metallics, from little teeny ones to your larger 1/4 inch sizes that they used to use on the fiberglass boats that looks really cool, or if you go to a fair. Now with metallics, the big problem with that is modeling. It's where you see light and dark spots. Light and dark spots are caused by these little mirrors not being in alignment. And that's usually caused when you don't get the same consistency of wetness with the medium that holds the little mirrors in place. And any kind of modeling will really screw up the paint job. Another problem with modeling is that different paint guns are better with it, I think. And if you have one of your air horns, it has 2 little air horns on the end of the cap. If one of those is clogged at all and you're not getting an even pattern down the way you should, a nice solid pattern, then it's not going to put out it's going to be a mess. Okay, to compound that, what we're looking at is, if you go down to a paint store, auto body store, there are certain companies that put out paint, and you can go down there with your paint color number. They will get out a base just like they do at a paint store for your house, and they have a different certain formula. They add different colors. All right, like there's like DuPont, I believe, when I used to paint. DuPont, Sherwin-Williams. There are probably a few others, but each of them use a little different formula for color matching. And here's the other problem. You notice how the tinfoil right here, the little mirror, is polished on one side. The other side is not polished, okay? Now, different paint companies will have your little mirrors polished on one side and not polished on the other. Different other companies will have it polished on this side and polished on this side. Now to match the color, all of the mirrors have to lie in the same pattern. That means that if you're standing above the car and you're looking down, it has to be the same consistency. If you're behind the car looking down the panels, it has to be the same. If you're in front of the car looking at it, if both your eyeballs are staring directly at the object, they have to be the same consistency, same pattern. So you can see the problem. Now with a base coat, clear coat, this would be the base coat, and you put a clear coat over that. With the base coat, if you get any kind of modeling, what you do is you would clean your gun and spray on your paint again and try and get a good even surface. And once you got it good and even, then you just leave it. So you can see that this is a pretty consistent. But when you're talking about a panel or a door panel that is 3 or 4 feet long, and you have to get it perfect because the customer's paying a lot of money, then metallics are kind of hard to paint. Metallics are not, how can I say, they're not impossible to paint. It just requires more knowledge of what the paint is made of. Now, if you go down to a paint company, auto body company, and buy the paint, they are responsible and they have insurance. If they give you the wrong color match, as per when you go in and give them the color number of the car, they will not pay for the repaint, they will not pay for any damages, they will not pay for a pissed off customer. In my next video, I'm going to show you a little trick, because I'm going to paint this blue, and I want to show you how to paint it perfect.